Hi everyone, if you start with subtraction, you'll get the answer wrong. If you start with division, you will get the wrong answer. And if you start with 8 minus 2, you will get the wrong answer at the end. You start with multiplication because these type of math problems with different operations, you start with the left, the first operation to the left, and then you work towards the right, and then you see which one has the highest priority. So subtraction, okay. Then multiplication, higher priority than subtraction. But then you look at division, and you're like, wait, those two operations are within each, with both operations are both within its own level, and you hit multiplication first, not division. So that goes first. And the last operation, it's subtraction. We know that that's the low that's found in the lowest level in PEMDAS. So multiplication goes first. So what is 5 times 5? 25. And you should know that parentheses goes first because the highest level, and I don't see any parentheses. Exponents, no exponents. I only see those those three. I don't see any addition in this tricky math problem. Next, I drop the 16, the minus sign, the division symbol, the 8, the minus sign, and then the 2. Now I'm looking at this. Now you tell me, do I start with subtraction? Or do I start with division? Or do I start with 8 minus 2? If you pick division, you are correct. So let's go ahead and divide 25 divided by 8, which is 25 over 8. Next, I drop the 16, but in fraction form, 16 over 1 minus, do the same for the 2, so minus 2 over 1. Now, these two operations are the same. So you start with the left, right? Don't start with the right. You work towards the right. So this goes first. And I'll erase this for space. And I'll write this minus 2.5 to the side, minus 2 over 1 on the side. So that way we have room to figure this one out, this subtraction. So I am subtracting two fractions. And notice the denominators are different. So I use the butterfly method. So I multiply 16 times 8, which is, and here are the antennas. Here's the body that always gives us the denominator. So 1 times 8 is 8. So 16 times 8 is a big number. So 6 times 8 is what? I know that 6 times 5, 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. So it's 48. And 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. And I'll write 128 above the left antenna. Now let's figure out, that's easy. 1 times 25 is 25. There you go. So now I add those two. Sorry, I subtract these two numbers, and that's easy. So 25, that gives us, what is it? So you got 128 minus 25. That leaves you with 3, so it's 103. Easy. Next, I'll erase all this and write 103 larger over 8, larger on the board, minus 2 over 1. Same method because the denominators are different. So I'll use a different color. So 103 times 1 is 103. And then 8 times 2 is 16. And the body gives us the denominator. So 8 times 1 is 8. And then I subtract 103 times 16. So I do this, and 13 drops 6. That's 7. And then 9 minus, I'm multiplying. Why am I multiplying? Well, I put the multiplication symbol there. It's a minus symbol. That's supposed to be there. Okay, and then 9 minus 1 is 8, right? And so we have 87 as the numerator. And that cannot be broken down further. It's an improper fraction answer. And that, you know what that means? Yes, we can find a mixed number answer and a decimal answer, of course. And I'll rewrite the first answer here. So 87 over 8. And then I'll write the other two answers there. Here's the long division symbol here. And you write the 87 inside, that's the dividend, and the 8 outside. Now, how many times can 8 fit into 87? Well, 80 or 10 times 8 is 80, right? So that's the closest we'll get, right? Because 11 times 8 is 88, and that goes over 1, right? So 80, so I write 10 up there. 10 times 8 is 80, and 87 minus 80 is 7. And then you cannot fit 8 into 7, so the 7 needs to borrow a 0. Don't forget the decimals. So give the 0 to the 7. Now the 7 becomes 70. How many times can 8 fit into 70? Well, I know 8 times 8 is 64, because 8 times 9, that is 72. That goes over 70, so 64 it is. So I write 8, right? 8 times 8 is 64. And then I subtract. 70 minus 64 is 6. So the 6 needs to borrow a 0 because you can't fit 8 into 6. So it becomes 60. And 8 times 5 is 40. That's way off, or further away from 60. So 8 times 6 is 48, and 8 times 7 is 56, because 8 times 8 is 64, so that's the closest we'll get to 60. So that's 7. 7 times 8 is 56. And then I subtract 60 minus 56, that's 4. You can't fit 8 into 4, so the 4 needs to borrow a 0. It becomes 40. 8 can fit into 40 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40, and 40 minus 40 is 0. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And if you already did, thank you so much. And if you got the right answers, hit that like button. So the 10 is the whole number. The remainder 7 is that goes above the fraction bar, and the 8 goes below the fraction bar. And the decimal answer is 10.875. And there you go. You have 3 different answers. They're correct. And thank you so much for watching. You win a happy face. You earned a happy face today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.